Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that's cool in the world today. I'm the model known as Daniel Paul Crow, and on this episode we talk to influencer, model and actress Debbie Sath. We talk about her upbringings in Australia, from being a dancer to going to the States where she became a model and as well as an actress. So sit back, relax and enjoy journaling on the way to chasing that dream. The Debbie Sath interview. Again, thank you so much for being part of the show. I know you've got a very busy schedule because when we were emailing back, you were saying that it's Pilot's Week, correct?
Yes. So as an actor, we have something called pilot season, which usually happens at the start of the year from January to April. And basically it means where all the new shows are coming out, new movies, the networks are creating new shows, writers, producers, and it's a busy time for like actors to basically do auditions and submit themselves to be part of a new network if it gets picked up. Yeah.
Have you got a lot in the pipeline? I know you probably can't discuss the actual things you're doing, but have you got a lot in the pipeline at the moment?
At the moment, as an actor, because acting is very new to me, I've only just been booking a pilot a year, which is kind of still a good strike rate. But this year, it's still early stages. Other than acting, of course, I do other things like commercial, model, content creating. If anything, I'm probably more busier, like in classes and auditioning right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's delve back, because a lot of people may not know how you started. Take us back to a very young Debbie and how she got started in the wonderful world of entertainment.
I think like if you take me back to high school, I started doing talent quests.
Okay.
I started there with my dancing. So during school, I was a dancer, and then after school, I decided I wanted to get into competitive dancing. Which I did, and we actually did really well. We started winning national competitions. We started performing at the clubs, and we got really good. We started getting paid. So when that came to an end, I think everyone was kind of discussing what they want to do in the entertainment industry or where they want to go. Some people said they want to be professional dancers. Some said they want to quit dancing, and I was like, oh, I think I want to model. And then everyone started laughing at me. And then but yeah, so I started off modeling, and that was actually quite challenging because it took me 2 solid years of rejection before I actually started getting anywhere. And then I went to America, and then I got my first big break, which was the front cover of Import Tuna magazine. And then from there, it was kind of ripple effect. I started getting more magazines. I started doing calendar shoots. I started like touring with car shows like in America, Canada, Australia, and it kind of just took off from there. And then yeah, I guess after that, I kind of realized like I had a bit of a little kind of talent for like getting into sketch and comedy. And that's when I decided I wanted to get into acting.
Right. I just find it very hard. 2 years of solid rejections. I mean, maybe, a couple of months of rejection, but 2 years? What was the feedback from those rejections?
It was pretty brutal. Like a lot of the times I'd get back with me not being the right height, or I wasn't the look that they were going for, because obviously I have a bit of a ambiguous look to me. I was getting a lot of rejections from Australia, to be honest. It was only America when I started to get more of the yeses. So yeah, I think it was because in America at the time, they were more into hiring people in print magazines who were more like Asian. They were kind of more like, I think, like accepting back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a while ago. We're talking about probably over 10 years ago.
I just find it hard that you would get rejected, but at the same time, from what you're just saying there, I could totally understand, because the standards of the models now than what it was 10 years ago have completely changed, especially here in Australia. And now I'm not surprised why you did the leap to go to about to say Japan, but to go to America. But speaking of the import scene, how did you actually get into that? Was it just by coincidence, or someone saw your photo and just went, perfect, she's going to be the next cover model for the next imprint magazine or something like that?
Yeah. Well, what happened was my friends who used to run the nightclub scene in Melbourne would bring these girls over to bring on stage. And I actually admired so much of their work. And after doing some research, I kind of decided that was like the modeling field I wanted to go into. That was like suited for me because I'm 5'2". So obviously I couldn't do runway. So I was kind of limited to what type of modeling I could do. And then when I went to America to actually shoot a portfolio for myself, the photographer who was shooting my portfolio actually he shot for Import Tuna magazine, and he asked me if I wanted to shoot and be in the front cover on an actual shoot. So I was like, oh my God, hell yes. So that was just kind of just like a little bit of a miracle, because it was a magazine that I actually wanted to shoot for. So that kind of happened. It kind of like, I don't know, the universe was in alignment or something like that. Yeah. And then from there, they had another person who was working on the team that was shooting for another magazine. And it was like, oh, do you want to shoot for this magazine? I was like, oh, okay. And it was kind of like a ripple effect that happened after that.
Nice. Because I still remember when you announced that you were on the cover, you put it on Facebook, and I think I can't remember what was the Facebook group. They were sharing everything about you. I just went, having known you for a few years at that point, I was like, I'm very proud of my friend there. I can't believe she's finally done it. And I just remember I kept thinking, oh wait, where can I get this? And then you said, oh, this is only available in America. I went, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the print magazines I've been featured on is in America. Actually, I'm on the current calendar for DSport magazine, which is on sale right now in America, and I think maybe Canada too. But I think internationally you can order it. But yeah.
All right, we'll make sure we put that in the description so everyone can get their hands on that one.
Yeah.
Now, what prompted you to go the full shebang to go to America?
Really good question. So I always saw myself in entertainment ever since I was a kid. It was kind of a little thing that I had. I always envisioned myself on stage and being in front of the camera. But when I was in Australia, I actually almost let go of that dream. I almost kind of just settled down in Australia. I had my own business. I was running an e-commerce business at the time. And I decided to just go after my dream, because when I was filming in America and I came back to Australia, I was actually waiting for my visa the whole time to go back. But my visa was taking like a really long time. I think it was like I was 4 years waiting in the process, 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's when I almost let go of my dream. But luckily, my visa, which was a very hard visa to get approved, it got approved, and that's when I like up and left straight away. Yeah.
So just because there was pretty much not a lot of work coming your way in Australia, or you just found that the majority of the work is only in America that you're getting?
I was getting some work in Australia, like in terms of modeling, not acting though, because I hadn't started my acting career yet. So in Australia, I was like getting like the odd jobs here and there. Like I was a ring girl for Fox Sports.
That's right.
When they were covering the Anthony Mundine fight. And also I shot for another front cover magazine called Live to Ride magazine. So I was getting those jobs here and there. But in terms of my heart was already set on acting. And with me, I kind of have like an all or nothing attitude, which was, I'm either going to go to Hollywood, I'm going to make it, or I'm going to fail, which probably I'm not going to fail, because I gaslight myself a lot. I really think that if I go after my dreams, I can achieve it, which is kind of like a little bit insane. But having met a lot of my friends and being a part of this entertainment industry and having friends who have succeeded, I actually don't see failure. So that's why I had like that mentality. I'm just going to go to Hollywood and just like take my chances on acting and just go for it.
I think that's the problem with a lot of people today, and even to our generation, that we are scared of failure. I know for myself, we've had a lot of difficult times at Waterford School. We've had people drop out. We've had this and this happen. We've steadied the ship and kept going because we just like, okay, we stepped back. It's still our dream to go further, so let's just keep on doing it. And for what you're saying, you're saying that it's insane that you still go headstrong. No, I think that's the right way to think. Even if you fail, you're still going to continue and try your best, because if you don't try, then you're not going to get anywhere. Because I think everyone who's ever been so successful in this industry, whether it be entertainment, sport, politics, it doesn't matter where, they failed at one point and they kept on moving through.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I learned about the formula of success through a book called Grit. Have you heard of it, by Angela Duckworth?
I have, but I've not read it.
Yeah, so she has a TED Talks about success, and basically, to summarize her book, is like the key formula to success is basically never giving up. That's it. So in terms of failing, I have failed so many times. I mean, the 2 constant years of rejection for modeling was enough to like kind of set me up for Like every time I would fail, I would be so used to failure. But being in the entertainment industry, you have to be used to that. Like the consistent failing that I get of auditions that I do every single week. It's like consistent, and you really have to have a thick skin to basically be in the industry. But lucky for me, I was like late diagnosed ADHD. And one of my traits of having ADHD is being very forgetful. So the next day, I don't remember what happened yesterday. So in terms of my failure, I actually forget that I failed. So it works well for me that I have that.
That's actually really good. If you forget it, then you're not going to remember any of that stuff, and you just keep on going. I think that's the most positive side effect I've ever heard about ADHD, because there's not many.
I know, because the thing with ADHD, it has a really bad stigma with the things that you're not good at, or being fidgety, or not, just little things like that. But with me, I'm an optimist. I see the glass half full. So in terms of having my ADHD, I would just rather see it in a perspective where it just benefits me, serves me, because I have this one life to live. I'm just not going to be hard on myself. I'm just going to be kind to myself.
I hope I don't have ADHD, so I'm not sure, but I hope it gets better. That's the easiest way I could say it.
Thank you. I hope so too. Knock on wood.
So you're moving on. You're in America, and you start doing Instagram modeling, and then transitioning into collaboration with other Instagram comedians, models, and everything. How did that sort of come about?
That kind of funnily happened accidentally. So obviously, when I moved to Hollywood, I was modeling, but heavily into classes. I was taking classes in Hollywood, and I live on a very famous Hollywood street on Sunset. I'm not going to disclose which street, but it's a famous street, Sunset and another street. And this happens to be the street that all of the very big creators lived on, including Jake Paul. I used to live on that same street.
Oh, right.
Actually, yeah, all the buildings are all clustered together. And what happened was, I had a friend who was a videographer, and they one day needed a lead actor to be in. He's my friend now, but back then it was Adam W. It was his video. And with me, I just started taking acting classes. No acting experience at all. I was so nervous. I came in, but the thing was, I was like, oh, we need somebody right now. Can you be here right now? And with me, I always had the mentality where, because I watched his Jamie Foxx interview like ages ago, he's like, you need to be ready on the spot. You need to be on the go. If there is like an event and there's someone there that you need to network with, you have to drop everything and make sure that you're there. So that's the mentality I had, and it worked for me, because ever since then, again, another ripple effect. And now I have friends in the content creation community, and it just kind of happened that way.
Was this the first video? Because the very first time I ever got Instagram was the first video I ever saw was actually one of yours, where it was like three guys, and then they drink
Bang,
drink bang, and then the middle guy turns into you. Was that the first one?
No, that kind of
okay.
came in after. So after that, I was to get a little bit more experience getting into the skit community. But that was actually my friend who introduced me to Adam, who's a videographer. So he's a videographer and also an actor, and also he does vlogs and like podcasts. Basically, if you're in America and LA, you don't just do one thing; you do everything. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds really good. Like, who's your favorite? Like, this isn't one of the questions I have on the list, but who's actually been your favorite collaborator so far?
Probably Batch. Do you know who King Batch is?
Oh yeah. I do know King Batch. I can see his face. Just can't think of anything that comes to mind that's memorable of his. I think he did like stuff with Lele Pons and stuff like that.
Yes,
right?
and having stockings and stuff. Yeah, so he's obviously a person who I hugely respect and admire, because he obviously started off in the content creating community and transitioned into acting. So he's got like a few films under his belt as well. And so funny, so creative. Yeah, but we collaborated a while ago. I think it was like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you are an influencer on the net, what are some of the challenges that you do get on a daily basis for being an influencer?
Challenges. I think the number one challenge is definitely mental health.
Mm.
A lot of people out here, especially some of my friends, do suffer from a lot of depression and anxiety because they put creating content before their own emotional needs. And I think it's really important to just look after your well-being instead of instead of prioritizing other things, especially social media, and also having to kind of just live by how many numbers, how many likes, how many views, if whatever's going to be viral. I think that was the first thing I need to figure out, because when I came here for acting, I actually never intended to be an influencer or content creator. I actually never wanted to be. I was just so lucky that I had the following. And but I kind of, when I was going through some mental health challenges myself, I really had to just prioritize and ask myself, what was it that was important to me? Growing my social media, getting the numbers, getting the viral views, putting content before my acting, or my mental health. And for me, it's always my mental health. So that's probably the biggest challenge for me. I don't know for my other friends, but yeah, for me that.
Well, it's a good thing you do put your mental health first. I think, especially the last probably good 3 years, it is becoming something that's more and more talked about, more acceptable.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're, as a society, I don't think we're still doing enough to sort of help each other. And the fact that you are doing that, someone who is successful and famous, I think that's really commendable. And thank you for at least sharing your story there for us, because I know a lot of people like to just put a brave face on, but not say what's really going on. So, and I had no idea that you were going through this. So I'm well, firstly, I'm very proud of you for talking about it, and yeah. So,
Yeah.
and again, I hope things get better for you in the long run.
Thank you. I think it's very important to definitely discuss it. In America, it's definitely more widely acceptable to talk about it now, and I think, like, with having a platform, it is so important to basically speak out your truth to other people. And I've actually had like mental health chats before, like on my lives, especially when AAPI was happening. We had discussions, open discussions with like our followers to kind of like ensure them that it's okay to talk about it. There doesn't have to be a stigma. It's actually more normal. Everybody in this whole world is actually suffering one way and another. And instead of using my platform just to kind of show like the happy side, I kind of like also use it to like show the raw side, the other side that's just like not so happy as well.
Well, I'm guessing that your dog is one of the things that helps you get through the day. I'm assuming.
My dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely my family that I have here in America. He's very, very, very interesting. He's actually also works in commercials. He's represented by my agent and my brand. Yep. So
Okay.
he's a model as well, also a content creator. I'm very proud of him. He had like 2 viral videos on his Instagram page, one of them reaching 6 million. I am so proud of my dog.
Wait, so your dog has their own Instagram page
And TikTok, yes. Yeah, actually, one of 9gag shared one of his videos on their page, and I was so proud of him.
Wow. I'm shocked. I did not know that, from especially from my research I've done. I'm shocked, and I'm just absolutely amazed at that.
Yeah,
so does your dog get the royalties, or does that go to you?
So he actually gets money. He does get money. I actually put in his savings. He has his own separate. Yeah, I don't want to touch the money that he has goes back towards him, if that makes sense.
Good. I was only joking, but yeah, but I was assuming it was going to be.
I actually never, like, I know I'm a bit of a momager and a stage mom, but I never want to take advantage of my dog that way. So yeah, he's an expensive dog, very high maintenance, needs to be groomed every day. His food is organic. He has the best vet care, so that money goes back towards him. Yeah.
I just love whenever you share something and it's in, either just being playful, humping something, or just being a really, really cute dog. I love those whenever I see it on your stories or whenever you post something about it. One of my highlights of the day. And I'll admit this, I'm not a dog person, I'm a cat person, but I enjoy seeing your dog.
Oh, thank you. Actually, speaking of cats, about a few months ago, I adopted a terminally ill 3-legged cat. Yeah,
wow.
She's got cancer. Yeah, doesn't have long to live.
Is she still alive at the moment?
Yeah, you want to see her?
Oh yeah, please. I want to see the cat.
three-legged kitty. She's sleeping right now. So,
Oh, she's so cute.
yeah,
Sorry
thank
for people
you.
who are listening, you're gonna have to watch the video of this to see the cat. But yeah, you have a beautiful cat.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm. What do you miss about Australia,
Mm,
if anything?
oh, I miss everything. Australia will always be my home. I think the one thing I miss the most is pies and pizza shapes. You know, Arnott's pizza shapes.
Oh God. Oh yeah, they don't have it in America, do they?
No, and it's so sad, but I Amazon Prime ship the pizza shapes, but they to Amazon Prime them they cost $10 to $15 just for one box. But
You're
I'm so
shitting me,
desperate.
really? 10
Yeah,
bucks?
yeah, but I'm so desperate, so I do it. And yeah, this is my favorite thing. But I also miss the healthcare. I miss the people because Australian people are just so down to earth and they're not fake. You know what I mean? If they're just nice to you, they're nice to you because they're serving you, not for tips. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um, the humility, just the Australian humor. Oh my God, like it's just endless. I miss Australian KFC chips with extra salt.
Wait, are you telling me the KFC chips are different in America than they are over here?
Yeah, they have wedges here and they don't have the salt and it's bad. It's just bad. I don't even eat KFC here. Like it's bad. Have you been to America before?
No, I haven't. It's you're now giving me reasons why I should not go over there because like KFC, one of my all-time favorite chips, let alone fast food restaurants, and it sucks over there. Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it sucks. But however, if you ever do come to America, they do have like a wide range of vegan food, like fries,
No, no,
burgers,
can't
chicken.
do that. Can't
No,
do
no.
that.
They do taste exactly similar. You can't taste the difference. That's the one thing LA has. But like I will challenge you. If you ever come to LA, I will give you a real burger and a vegan burger, and I bet you won't be able to tell the difference.
Could be an episode of mukbanging around we do on this show eventually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Definitely come on to LA and we'll do
Oh,
an episode on vegan versus real food and let's see if you can guess.
oh. All right. I'll hold you to that. If we, well, not me. If the entire show goes over there, we will definitely take you on that offer because
Hmm.
I guarantee I can spot the difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it may not be from the taste, but definitely from the smell. Because if you ever had the plant-based burger here in Australia with I think it's called the
Beyond or impossible?
I think it's Beyond Meat with that they have at Hungry Jack's, which is Burger King over there in the States.
Yeah.
It tastes very very similar, but it was the smell that gave it away, and you don't even have to like go too far. It won't put you literally you can smell it, and you're like, okay, this is not real meat.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
American they have another version on top of that, which is slightly better in my opinion. But yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because we are on food and we both love food, what is your go-to meal?
Mm, in America?
Mm.
Oh, okay. What is my go-to meal? Oh, so this is really simple, but across the road there's a place called Tender Greens, and it's just easy salad. It just basically has like tuna, like rare tuna with a salad and mashed potatoes. I just do that. That's like my yeah, pretty much
Okay.
food. Yeah.
And takeaway food, what would be like? I'm guessing because everyone keeps saying this, that In and Out Burger is the bee's knees of American takeaway. Is that true?
Kind of, but because I don't eat meat, I'm a pescatarian. I I just think that in my opinion, fat burger's better.
Okay. I haven't heard too
Fat
much about Fat Burger though. I mean, I know of it, but no one really talks about that when they come
Yeah,
over
it's
here.
more of an American. I think the burgers are better. The fries are better because they got like thick cut fries.
Hmm.
And also they have like a vegan milkshake, which tastes like real milkshake. P.S. I'm
Ooh.
not vegan, but
Mm.
just vegan food in LA is just so good that I eat vegan food. If that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if it tastes good, why put a label to it? Just if you like it, just do it. You don't have to be
Yeah,
vegan and to enjoy it. If you like it, go for it.
exactly.
We're going to ask a stable question here at What If It's Cool. We started on the last episode. What is something that you find cool that nobody else does? And don't say Vegemite because it's just a standard trait for all Americans,
What do I find cool? Like in America or in general or
just
in
in
a
general.
what do I find cool? Okay, I find journaling cool.
Okay.
I'm a very big, I like journaling. I like writing down my thoughts. I have a journal for my morning journal. I have a night journal. I have a journal for just my goals. I collect journals. I just like my thing. I don't know, it's random.
Do you like get biographies out of journals as well to read those too?
Do I what?
Do you know like the people have released their journals as a book? Are you into that as well, or you just like reading your own thoughts?
I don't think I'll necessarily release one, but I just like to just have it for memories. And sometimes I look back to see how much I've grown. Because self-development, working on myself, that's like very important to me and a daily practice. But I think one day my goal is to definitely release a book. Okay. One day. Yeah.
If what would it be? Just an original tale? Would you do your biography?
It would be more of a self-help book.
Okay.
More of like manifesting what you want in life, something more spiritual, self-development, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be very interesting to read, I reckon. The actual question I actually asked before, sorry, was would you read somebody else's journal?
Oh, would I read someone? Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, why not? It's so interesting to see people's thoughts sometimes, because sometimes we tend to be more articulate in terms of putting our thoughts down on paper than kind of expressing it to other people. And I'm introverted, so that's me as well. I'm just projecting. I definitely have a lot of like internal thoughts that I like to put down, and when I read back on it, it's cool.
All right. And lastly, what is next for Debbie Sath?
Wow, that's the question. What is next? So right now I'm just focusing on trying to land my next big role, whether it's theatrical, movies, a show. My goal is to definitely land a show on like either Netflix or Hulu. I'm looking at more still growing my account. And I dabbled in producing a pilot maybe like 3 years ago. I definitely want to get back to producing, and definitely getting more back into writing. Lovely.
All right. So where can all our listeners, and in this case viewers, can find you?
You can find me on Debbie Sath on all platforms, which is at Debbie, DEBBIESATH. And also you can find my dog Charcoal Sath on TikTok and Instagram. Charcoal spelled CHARCOLESATH. He's got some really fun videos on there as well. You can see him, you can catch him singing karaoke. He plays the piano, and he also does trends as well.
Wow. Very talented dog. All right.
Thank you.
Well, Debbie, thank you so much for being a part of the show. It's lovely to see you again. Can't wait to see what's next for you, and good luck with the future.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And that's the end of that episode. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out our YouTube channel, where you can find the latest episodes of Reaction, Mukbanging Around, and of course, the Vlogcast. And don't forget to follow us on all our socials. We can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.